Before we get into this commentary, well, it's not much of a commentary. It's a replay of a space hosted by brother ReUps and Danny D. Glover, who were hosting a space about what happened at Tennessee State University. And I think a few minutes in, because this is just a cut up version of it, Cam Higby comes in to explain what happened. I want everybody to listen to everything. I know you guys are going to have your comments. I just want you to also make sure you listen, because there's going to be some key things in here that I want to make sure you guys are aware of. He's going to do a lot of explaining, this Cam Higby, and he's going to try to come off as a victim. We already know that. But I want y'all to listen to him when he's explaining how he got on campus. All right, here we go.
These guys didn't have credentials. That's the point blank of it. And just to let you know about Tennessee State, we have a day of freedom of speech day, kind of like an open community day set up at the university every Wednesday. We call it Courtyard Wednesdays. On Courtyard Wednesdays, you got community groups coming on, you got student groups that are tabling, you got all of that type of community, atmosphere type going on Wednesday. So that's the specific day on campus that type of stuff is happening. So the first thing is they didn't get permission. They didn't go through student affairs. They didn't go through student activities. Had they gone through student affairs and student activities, they would have been told, okay, great. You're welcome to come on this campus and have whatever viewpoint you want, because as you know, TSU is a state institution. We can't
It's
deny
public. Yeah.
anybody access. It's a public state institution, but public state institution don't mean you can bring your ass on campus whenever you want. I mean,
Rev.
that's how their dude got,
Yeah.
all back in Utah because of their security, security protocols, what have you. So you can't just walk on campus. You can't just set up your table however you want or whatever. And that's commonly known by anybody that does business at TSU. So on that particular day, they parked at Epps Hall, which is one of the dormitories at the front end of campus near a security gate. Somehow snuck past security. And again, my
They will
opinion,
sleep.
not the either they were asleep or they let them boys through because they had their complexion,
You know,
to look or whatever. I mean, because again, we have white people at Tennessee State University, but we ain't just got white people running around everywhere. So to see two white people, they probably assume like, okay, they're supposed to be here, and didn't think twice about checking them. So that's a security thing that the university is already discussing. So walk past security, walk through our freshman and sophomore dormitories, Boyd and Watson, and that's
I might.
had they done the requisition in the right way, all of the equipment that they had, with the exception of the cameras, would have been provided to them. Tables, chairs, even a tent if they needed it for inclement weather. So just wanted to set the record straight. Security didn't let them just stay on campus or whatever. Once they got the word that they were on there, and I guess that's when the crowd started building, they got directives from the president's office to have them removed from campus because they didn't have their shit together. And my whole point is TSU ain't running from no debates. We've never been a university that's been afraid of free speech. We've never been a university that's been afraid to have controversial people on campus.
My tax dollars actually fund that university. We went through the security checkpoint. We got onto campus and we set up a table. It's a public university. I don't think there should be any restrictions in free speech on a public campus. And that's exactly the conundrum that the police force had to deal with when the people on the campus reported us to the police and realized that they couldn't kick us off for free speech. They didn't escort us off the campus until a literal riot emerged and there was a public safety threat. Then we were escorted off the campus because it was no longer a safe campus.
Having these conversations and debates is intricately a part of our matriculation at TSU. So had them boys done things the right way, we would have gladly accepted that debate, but they want to do it for clicks and views. And hey, and we got a lot of Memphis motherfuckers at TSU. They gave them what they wanted.
Okay, and so from that, did you may have thought maybe I need maybe just a smidge of security, or
Yeah. Well,
set in place some security protocols, or
yeah, we thought we need security from the beginning, especially because it's in response to Charlie getting killed. The biggest issue though is like I said, we're really bootstrapping it and flying by the seat of our pants. So we don't know if we followed the correct channels of getting onto the campus, getting a permit to table on the campus, what would have been different?
so.
An
Calm
angry
down.
mob still would
I
have
can tell
erupted.
you. Just hold on one moment.
but it was solely because they didn't have their credentials. Like, I mean, there aren't many universities that I've been to that you can just walk on, whether they're HBCU or PWI. And if you open the gate up for that type of activity, again, what's going to stop somebody from setting up their, hot wing business that they want to do just to get advantage of a captive audience and a captive network of students? So, and I mean, you got to have some type of safety procedures that are monitoring who's coming on off campus. And the last thing I want to say, like with the whole, I mean, all of this is spanning from Charlie Kirk and what he was doing with Turning Point USA and going to college campuses.
Told you,
Charlie
bruh.
never got kicked off these campuses because he did shit the right way. He got his permits. He went through the proper protocols and the proper
Student
channels.
affairs.
Went through student affairs. And again, you don't see, and I'm not saying this to big up him or anything like that.
So I'll tell you exactly what we do. We're on a tour in response to the death of Charlie Kirk. I've been tabling on college campuses, public campuses for years without permits. It's not a problem anywhere else. Okay. When Charlie Kirk was killed, I thought it important and pertinent that the right show the left that we are fearless and we're not going to back down to violence, and that we show the left that they don't have to be afraid to have discussions with us in the face of violence, and also that we honor Charlie Kirk. So that day, the day after Charlie Kirk was killed, I went to the University of Washington without a permit, where I go on table all the time, and I had discussions with students. I have tabled every day since Charlie Kirk was killed, with the exception of last weekend that I took to work and edit. So I've tabled every single day. We've been to the University of Washington twice. We've been to the Georgia State University twice. We've been to Clemson once. We've been to UNC Charlotte. We've been to UNC Chapel Hill. We went to University of Tennessee, Knoxville. We went there. We tabled. Not a permit for a single one of these campuses, by the way. Not a single problem at any of these campuses, right? People had great discussions with us, but we go here to the only public university in Nashville that I'm aware of. Vanderbilt and Belmont are both private. We can't go there because they're not funded by our tax dollars. Okay. So we can't go there. So we go to TSU because it's a public university in Nashville that's not far from us. It's on our tour path, and we stop there and we table. It's very civil. The first person we see is a young black man who tells us he supports what we're doing. We set up our table, and the next person who comes up disagrees with us but has a civil discussion with us. An angry mob surrounds us. They start pulling weapons like screwdrivers. They start stealing our stuff, ripping up our signs, turning them into BLM protest signs, completely surrounding us, stealing more of our stuff, and then ultimately forcing us off the campus. They surrounded our car completely. They blocked us into the campus because as soon as we got in our car, they got in their cars and they blocked the road paths, and the police had to bang on their vehicles until they got out of the way, and they still refused to. They threw things at our car. They damaged our car. They tried to break our windows, and that's where we're at right now. Is we have a university with a 30% graduation rate that attacked two people, or sorry, actually four people, including our staff, who came to the university and attempted to have civil discussions with the student body. Opinions do not hurt people. Sticks and stones. What does hurt people is screwdrivers and throwing things at them, stealing their possessions. That's what hurts people. It's unacceptable. And the university released a statement that said their student body conducted themselves peacefully, respectfully, and professionally, which is a lie. They attacked us, they intimidated us, and they forced us off a public campus that my tax dollars fund.
What they're doing is just trying to go for clicks and views and this whole shock value shit. They're not really interested in no true dialogue or debate. Charlie was truly interested in true dialogue and debate when he went on these campuses. That's why he made sure that, okay, if I go on these campuses with these controversial ass topics, let me make sure my shit is in order so I at least know I can't get kicked off, because I know they can't kick me off for saying what I'm saying. So let me at least make sure my paperwork is straight. So again, these are the same people that walk around the country, wanting to check folks' paperwork and make sure everybody's paperwork is straight and they shit ain't together. So check your paperwork first before you go and try to have a big thing. And why the security always got to be black with these guys? Like even Charlie Kirk, Nick Fuentes, all these guys got a black security guard when they go on.
So now y'all mad about Black Job.
It's always a black
Black
guy.
Job.
Well, but I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone.
We had security at TSU. We had a security guard. He was black, and they attacked him. They're not physically attacked him. They weren't touching him.
Now that's a
But they
DEI
got
right there.
and they screamed in his face, and they called him a race traitor.
Now that's
and
a
they
black
said, Why are
job.
you with him?
Did they call him racial slurs?
I didn't hear any racial slurs, and they called him coon in the comment because they posted
That's
video
a
of
racial
them
slur.
harassing him. I didn't hear anybody call him a coon on campus.
In
But
a second, Brad. Hold on, brother.
They posted a video of them harassing him, and they called him a coon in the comments. So I want to be very clear. I couldn't really hear anything on the campus. It's very difficult to hear. The only thing I heard is them basically calling him a race traitor, yelling at his face, "Why are you with them?" That kind of stuff. But it was very difficult because everyone was screaming, so I couldn't hear exactly what they were saying most of the time.
So What was the debate about?
We had 2 topics prepared. We actually had like a bunch of signs prepared. We basically just each campus we try to do a different topic, and we just keep the signs, and sometimes we rotate them out. We have been trying to do DEI at a lot of campuses, but we haven't had any biters on it, even at majority black schools. Like that being said, we haven't had any bites on DEI, which is a topic we've really wanted to talk about, even at majority black schools. So we figured we'd give it another shot at TSU. We put the DEI sign out. It says DEI should be illegal, which we've used at other campuses and not really gotten any takers. And we also did deport all illegal immigrants. And so they didn't seem particularly mad about those signs. They seemed mad about our hats and the color of our skins. They were shouting Black Power in our faces. They were pointing at our hats. We try to call every university. We called them, our staff called them 3 times. We always attempt to call, and if they don't answer, then we just do it. Okay, it's a public university. We have our right to free speech, and so we practice it. We always try to call. We tried to call with every university. I would say maybe half have answered, half haven't. Clemson, for example, answered. They were very accommodating.
Give them that number. Any of them could try to call, and it's going to go right.
Which was 615. My staff is telling me that if you call this number right now, which is student services, it'll go straight to voicemail.
Can somebody call that number, please?
In my
Oh, check it
hand.
out.
Yeah. Damn.
Voicemail
You can't do.
media relations.
Straight to voicemail.
That's valuable information.
There you go. There's your
That's
valuable
very
information. With TSU, a lot of people are saying, why did you target an HBCU? Why did you go to an HBCU on purpose? This is the first HBCU we've been to. And honestly, it would feel a little bit wrong if we just looked at TSU and said, it's an HBCU, let's not go there, right? It seems wrong and actually racist to do that. Instead, we'd like to include HBCUs in our conversation.
So
Issues that
is
directly
this the
affect
first time
HBCUs.
you've encountered something like this?
Yes, yes. We had a little bit of mayhem the first day we went to Georgia State University, but at that point we were kind of like we're bootstrapping it, but we were really bootstrapping it that day, and we didn't know what we were doing, and so we didn't know how to
So
control the audience. So it was
okay.
embarrassing. When I table at the University of Washington, like I've been doing for years, it's literally just me, one person with a camera tripod set up. Okay, so like we're bootstrapping it. Yeah, you saw our signs.
So that happened at Georgia. If I'm going into this environment with this posture that I have, maybe I should, have a little bit more security, right?
The
Maybe this could
demographics are
happen.
the same
Hmm.
at Georgia State. The demographics are almost the same at Georgia State. It's a majority black university. They're culturally left, and we did DEI there as well. And was there some chaos the first day? Yeah, again, because we didn't know what we were doing the first day. But the second day we went, and it was totally fine. Might be a waste of time. We were already kind of late. I think we got there at like 2:00, and usually we start a lot earlier than that, so we can get a good 5 hours in. And we're like, this might be like a waste of our time. We might get like one person every 2 hours or something. This might be a total waste of time and a total bust. And then all of a sudden this mob formed and pushed us off the campus. And so like we don't go looking for conflict. We go looking for discussions with people. And
In your opinion, what do you think was it that set off the mob, right? As you
the
call it.
mob mentality, the amount of people, and I don't know, honestly I think it's like misguidedness, because I think a lot of them thought that Trump doesn't do anything for black people HBCUs, but actually Trump funds HBCUs. So I think it's a lot of misguidedness going on, mentality.
What were you all actually talking about?
So anyway, we were talking about almost exactly what she was talking about, right? DEI, and we focused a lot on white women, and also people of color, and how, I think I was right before the mob formed. I was talking about imposter syndrome. In almost every university, most people are willing to talk, and most people actually enjoy the conversations. Actually, most of my problems have been at majority like white and Asian universities, and it's usually from white people. Like I'm from the West Coast. I go to the University of Washington a lot. And usually the people snatching my signs, ripping them up, trying to flip my table and stuff, it's usually white people. That could be a product of the fact that
You heard that, Rev?
I'm usually at UW, which is mostly like I'll be the first one to tell you the majority of people who attack me are white. I went to a Charlie Kirk vigil the night he died, and I got punched out by a white transgender person.
Told you they are radicalized over there. The radicalization of the YC. We gonna have a conversation, Cam.
It's
Yeah.
it's not just
Pushed out
black
by
people,
a
and that's not my
voiceover.
objective here. It's just we're frustrated about this situation, and it happened to have happened in a majority black university. It has nothing to do with the fact that it was a black student body.
So you heard that. I already know what y'all were saying in the live chat, but that's okay. That's all right. This is what we call splaining. He decided to go in and just lose his mind, him and his people, and said, we're going to go to Nashville and we're going to go to an HBCU, because there's no way you didn't look up this school, Tennessee State University, and didn't realize it was a HBCU. Talking about, we didn't know it was going to be a black student body. What do you think a HBCU is? It's predominantly black. Oh, I get it. You thought there were going to be the less than 2% of others that were going to crowd your table. And I bet you wouldn't be explaining this hard if they did what they did and it wasn't black folks. These, and there was something, I think, you know what, I might put it in here that Hotep Jesus said. It's a lot of cussing though, but I think I can edit it real good. He said something so profound for about 9 minutes about how we need to start running people like him off the block, because I understand y'all lost Charlie Kirk, and again, it's what I said when he got deleted. Everybody's fighting to become the #1 spot. There's a void right there. There's a vacuum. They want what he got. He got prominence and he got internet fame. Let's correctly say that. Internet fame for going to college campuses. Now that the spotlight is on the right with these debates, everybody knows the next big debate. Who knows? Fox News might carry it. Newsmax might carry it. Breitbart might carry it. OAN might carry it. And whatever other right-wing news outlet might carry it. They want to position themselves to that point. So when the powers that be on their side want to fund it, they'll be the ones that say, you know what? I kind of like that Cam Higby. I kind of like those fearless debate guys. Let's put them there. And we could stream it and we can make money. They can boost their profile. Because that's all they're going to get out of it. And maybe a little addition to their Twitter profile. But you know what? I think I'm going to put that Hotep Jesus thing in there. I know the live stream, you thought it was going to end. Nah, we're going to play that. Shout out to Hotep Jesus for what you're about to hear.
Do not think like white people. Think with your own common sense. If you violate me, I violate you. See, white people allow people to step all over them. That's why the red wokes is in the situation they are now. You done let the white liberal step all over you, step all over you, step all over you, until the point where now your kids is chopping their dicks off and claiming pronouns, and now you got to go to work and put your pronouns in your signature because you let these white people, that's white liberals, run all over you. Don't operate like that. We around and find out policy, and people keep asking us to act like white people when we need to keep our around and find out policy. That's the shit that protects us from the bull. You don't go to the hood and step on somebody's block and not around and find out. That's called protection. You wouldn't do that to the Italian mob. You wouldn't do it to the Irish mob. You wouldn't try that shit with the Jews out there in Brooklyn. They'd f you up out there in Brooklyn. Try that shit in them tunnels in Brooklyn. Them Jews will ran you out of there. Try that shit with the Russians over there in the Hell's Kitchen and see how fast they don't run you out of there. No, we don't need pussy culture. Politics in America is not correct, has never been correct. Politics in America has always destroyed the black community. Politics in America has always struck down black men, black women, locked us up, killed us, murdered us, and sent us off to foreign wars to fight wars that ain't our wars. Politics in America is not sweet, it's dirty. So once you start talking that politics and you involve black people, you gotta get dirty. They just Charlie Kirk last week. We can't run somebody off of campus. Y'all crazy. We not doing no politically correct. Black people, hear me and hear me loud. We not doing no politically correct. If people don't go through the direct authorized channels to come on your HBCU campus, you run them off your campus. Tell them go contact the dean. Tell them go contact the principal. Go through the correct channels, because this is dangerous times we dealing with in 2025. We got people dying. We getting people assassinated. We got people going to war. All types of crazy going out here. We got the timeline with the algorithm trying to divide the country. Do not let no strange white people onto your campus, because 50% of them are lunatic, crazy, trans, terrorists, and some more We know that they got a problem with violence. Don't let them stay on your campus any longer than they got to, because once they start lingering and they start thinking it's safe, that's when you're going to have problems on your campus. Let them know it is not safe on a black campus for white people that ain't willing to play by our rules. And if you got to get a little wild and a little rambunctious, don't let them tell you that's wrong. That's not wrong. You are a human being, and human beings are violent, and violence is a part of protection, and you must do what you got to do to protect yourselves. The United States of America was built off of violence. It was built off protection. It was built off of colonization. And the minute you stand your ground on your campus, they're going to tell you you wrong. Don't let them do that to you. Do not let them do that to you. That shit is not wrong. You stand your ground, you protect yourself, and you kick these white boys off your fucking campus. If they don't want to go through the correct channels, tell them pack their shit. And if they don't want to pack their shit up, you pack their shit for them. You want to try that shit? Go try that primarily white institution. Leave us alone. Second of all, this political fight in America ain't got to do with us. They show up talking about DEI, and DEI only benefited white women. Take that to a primarily white institution. You talking about some DEI. DEI ain't got nothing to do with black people. DEI was created for gay people, white women, and trans people. It was not created for black people. Black people did not benefit from DEI. Black people don't even get the DEI positions when it comes to directorships. DEI is technically illegal and against the Civil Rights Act. So you take the DEI argument, take that to the primarily white campus where belongs. They talking about the other side they have is about illegals. Black people started that argument. Black people started the argument about illegals decades ago because the illegals was coming into our neighborhoods. We started that argument. Black people started that argument. We're the ones that told white people, yo, do something about this immigration. Then Barack Obama exported more people than Trump did. And now you want to come to my college campus and tell me you want to debate about we already been complaining about? How you going to debate me when we agree? So you come into the campus just to start. So now that I see your intent is not to have civil discourse because you didn't come up with no good topics and you ain't go through the right channels. You got to get the out of here. Lastly, politics in America right now is between white people, red whites and blue whites. Leave us the out this shit. You want to rock your MAGA hat and do all that bull? Go to the primarily white institutions and try to over there and see if your ass don't get popped. Leave us out of this. Y'all keep trying to drag us into your civil war with your white cousins. It's not our fault that your white cousins want to give you vaccines. It's not our fault your white cousins want to make you Tylenol. It's not our fault your white cousins want to trans your kids. It's not our fault that your white cousins want to have drag queen story hour with your kids. It's not our fault that your white cousins want to have Pablo and them come over here illegally. And they set up all these little sanctuary cities. That's not our fault. It's not our fault you got a Federal Reserve. It's not our fault that the politics in America is up. That's your shit. That's white people. Leave us the out of it. Black people, you see these crackers on campus, kick them off. There is no, we're not doing tactful. That's what y'all missing. See, once you start playing this tactful, now your kids start getting trans. You can't do tactful with people that violate you.
Are.
You can't do tactful with people that violate your space. Once somebody violates your space, you got to put them motherfuckers on notice. You don't let people just roll up on your stoop. If somebody come to your crib like I want to argue, you like I don't even know you. Get off my step before I blow you off this. These stand your ground laws and some more. We're not doing tactful. You pull up on my block, I'm running you to off. That is tactful. We're not doing none of this white people politically correct. You got to be tactful. No, that's some female how females handle it. We're not doing it that way. We putting you on notice because it's too fucking dangerous. We're not making it easy for people to just come on an HBCU campus. You can't let people just hang in your hood and just think sweet. That don't work nowhere. You can't go to Dubai and do that. You can't go to Iran and do that. You can't go to the Italian neighborhoods and do that. But all of a sudden, black people are supposed to be tactful and let people hang around on the block? No, that don't fly nowhere on this planet, and it never has in any moment in history. Don't see, this is the problem. Y'all get educated by white people, and y'all start thinking like white people. You violate me, I violate you. You got to draw the line and let niggas know I'm not to be fucked with. Imagine you the kid in school, and somebody come and they pick on you, and they pick on you. Now the whole school picking on you. Nah, the minute somebody pick on you, got to punch that in his face, then all of a sudden everybody else leave you the fuck alone. You got to put this on notice. Everybody knows this lesson. You don't let motherfuckers pick on you. You think we supposed to just make it okay for white boys to pop up on campus unauthorized trying to start our children? No, that's not what type time we on. Grab his sign, break that nigga, take his shit, kick that up off campus so the next don't try that. Because what'll happen is it'll get real fucking dangerous. Now all of a sudden, next time they pull up, now they think sweet, get escalated, cop shoots a young boy. Now we over here back to square one with Mike Brown and because the cop done shot a young kid because he fighting with some MAGA kid. You got to nip that in the bud before shit get worse. Y'all not thinking straight. Y'all think this is some internet, just argue idea. Charlie Kirk just got assassinated last week. Do y'all not know what time we in right now? They shoot at the ICE facility. They trying to turn up in every way possible. Don't put our kids in danger. I got a little girl right now on a college campus. Fucking play with me. Safety is very important on a college campus. Don't roll up on a college campus unauthorized. If you do that, run them off. Let them know it's not safe. You can't let people get comfortable on your block because then they start violating. And you're going to have one that lose his noodle, don't like what's happening. Now he fighting a white boy. He gets shot. He on the newspaper. Here we go crying again over another black boy lost, over another black girl lost, a riot, a stampede, and now more lives is lost. Nip that bud right now so the white boys stop that. Don't play. This politics ain't no play thing, yo. Politics is war, yo. Politics is war. When you go look up what the word campaign means war. Go type campaign. When you talk about political campaign, type in campaign, see what campaign is something what happens when you go to war. This is war. This ain't no play shit. These white boys want to come to campus and play. We're not fucking playing. This is politics. This is real. This is people's lives you playing with. This not for play. We're not doing no tactful, politically correct shit. We're not doing none of that. You want to have a debate? Set the debate up. Go through the proper channels. Let's have a civil debate. But don't just pop up on the campus talking about, oh, they don't want to have civil discourse. That was not your intent. Your intent was to start. You got and now you want to complain about it. It don't work like that. Make it uncomfortable, yo.